Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to try the tag that has been going around YouTube, and I believe it was started by some girl, but the person that I personally saw did this is Safiya Nygaard. So I'm going to link her video down below, but this video is where we mix all our foundations and primers. For foundations, I mix all the foundations I have, ranging from light foundation to whitener foundation, one BB cream, and the rest are mostly mattifying and long wearing foundations. So I got a teeny tiny bowl of my foundation here, and for primers I also mix a bunch that I own. So I have a pore minimizing, mattifying, brightening, and hydrating primers. So we're going to put this to the test today. We're going to hop on with the primer. I'm just gonna go and dig my finger in there. It smells like lotion. The consistency is very slippy, quite hydrating to my liking, but I could definitely feel some silicone to it, which will help minimize our pores. I'm not sure about mattifying though, because it's a little bit greasy, but it does feel really nice to the skin. And two of my primers has got built-in SPF, so that's amazing. It feels very smooth to the skin. It definitely minimized my pores a little bit. I feel like I need to set that just a teeny tiny bit with a pressed powder. So I'm just gonna quickly set that with the pressed powder from Wet n Wild, just on the areas where I feel like it's going to slip, because the primer has got a funny texture at the moment. The color came out a little bit on the peachy side, but luckily I had that one whitener foundation, so it kind of lightened it up a little bit. Otherwise, looking at it, the color match is somewhat decent. So I'm just going to dip my finger and use that to spread on my face. It might be a tad bit lighter than my skin tone though. I think because I have a few shades that are quite lighter. It smells like paint, but subtle, not overpowering. So to blend all of that, I'm just gonna use my beauty sponge, because that's usually what I use to blend my foundation. It's definitely full coverage. The color match is a little bit off. It's like slightly lighter to my natural skin tone, but I can work with that. Putting some of my full coverage makeup really did make a huge difference, because I only use 1.5 pump if you were to convert it in a pump. But oh my goodness, full coverage in an instant. The texture is a little bit slippy, not sticky. It's just like you could feel that it has a little bit of slip if you don't set it. It kind of feels a little bit heavy on my skin now that it's settling in. Like I could definitely feel that I have foundation on, but I'm really happy about the coverage. I'm really happy on how it turned out. So I'm just going to quickly finish up the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. I got my full face of makeup on, and looking in the mirror, my face looks very, very flawless. Like normally I would have like textures around here because of my pitted scarring, but today my face is just full on flawless. My makeup is a little bit heavy because I could definitely feel my foundation, but all in all it looks pretty good. We'll see what it looks like in the photo. The time right now is 11:32 a.m. I will put this foundation and primer to the test. I have work later this afternoon, and I will check back with you guys on how everything is holding up. I'll see you then. Hi beautiful, I'm back, and the time now is 2:07 p.m. and I've worn this foundation for almost 3 hours, I'd say, and looking at it, I still feel quite matte. I don't feel as cakey as I did when I first applied the foundation. And looking at it at the monitor, as time goes by, my foundation looks very seamless. By that I mean like it kind of blended into my skin, though the color match is still a little bit off because my neck is a lot darker than my face. Coverage is still there, nothing broke apart, especially in this humidity, and I still feel quite matte. So I'll come back again in a little bit after I finish work to update you guys how the foundation is looking. Hi beautiful, the time now is 7:13 p.m. and I've had this foundation on for 8 hours, which is usually around the time where I take off my makeup. So looking at myself on the monitor and the mirror, my face still looks full coverage, though I find that this foundation that is gathered around my upper lip as my nose line, and I'm a little bit greasy around my cheek and my forehead, which is better than usual because normally I would have to touch up within 5-hour mark. But everything held up pretty well, though my chin area looks really cakey and a little bit oily. Nothing settled in my fine lines except for this area right here. The bronzer is still there, my highlight is still there. Everything else is pretty much there, so I'm going to try and blot my face using a sponge. And if you compare this side to this side, it's definitely more matte, but the foundation is already worn off on this side right here. But coverage wise, it's still pretty good. Like if I look at myself in the camera, everything is very flawless, but I could definitely feel that I'm wearing a ton of layers of foundation. This is what it looks like when I blotted everything. Obviously it doesn't look as nice as we first applied it, but all in all I feel like the coverage is great, mainly because most of my foundation are full coverage and there's probably like 1 or 2 that are sheer slash hydrating foundations. As for the primer, definitely what I like about it is it smooths everything on this area right here, which is my most problematic area, and my forehead. This was a fun challenge, definitely try it if you can, though I kind of find it a waste of product, but I mean it's good to try and to see what works well, because usually we typically mix a lot of foundation, so mixing all of them in one is definitely a challenge but also interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you've tried this challenge. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye!